Once you click the button to upload a video, there comes this weird stage in your mind where you're trying not to look at the numbers, but still you want to compare this video with other videos and you measure everything with the numbers, right? 5 minutes later, you open YouTube Studio again and again and again, and suddenly one little number on the screen has way too much power over your entire mood. If it moves, you feel hope. If it doesn't move, you start questioning everything. Not just the video, the channel, the message, maybe even yourself. That is the dangerous part of chasing views too early. Views stop feeling like numbers, they start feeling like proof. Proof that the video you recorded right now matters, proof that you are improving, proof that someone out there cares about your videos, or proof that this whole creative thing might actually becoming real one day. And when that proof does not show up fast enough, your work starts feeling heavier than it should. The video did not change, that the effort did not disappear, the message did not suddenly become worthless, but because the number is quiet, your mind starts acting like this whole thing is failing. And I'm recording this video here right now because I know it too well with Riova. When you upload something that actually means something to you, maybe the script felt honest, maybe the recording had a moment where you thought, okay, this is real, this could help someone. Then after uploading, you check the numbers too early. Maybe the video started slowly. The click-through rate is not good, the views are not good, maybe nothing really hit in the first few days or weeks. And suddenly the part of you that was proud 5 minutes ago gets quiet. It is honestly crazy. You know how fast the feeling of meaning, if you let it sit too close to your identity, is destroying you or can numb you. Right here in this video, part of the Creator Reality series, I want to talk about you how to create something meaningful on YouTube. Not a polished version where creators say, just provide value and act like they never refresh analytics. The real version, where you care about the message, about the project, about the video you made, but you also care about the numbers. The version where you want to be grounded, but a low performing video still hits you in the chest a little bit, you know? And today I want to talk about why small creators need to stop checking views like they decide the future. I don't want you to check your YouTube studios every 5 seconds and look if there is one new view, right? So the first thing I want to make clear in this video here, wanting views is normal. You're making public content. Of course, you want people to see it. Of course, you want the video to reach someone. And of course, you want the channel to grow. Pretending you do not care at all would be fake. If I make a video for Riova, I wanted to help people, but I also wanted to be seen. That is not a wrong. That is not the problem. The problem starts when you need the views to feel okay. When the numbers become your emotional regulator. When YouTube Studio becomes the place you go to ask, am I valid today? That is where it gets unhealthy, especially in the beginning. Early YouTube is unstable. One video gets a little push, the next one does not. One topic works better than expected, another one feels stronger than you but barely moves. Sometimes the video needs more time, sometimes the packaging was off, sometimes the audience is not clear yet, and sometimes YouTube just does what YouTube does. Checking, testing, and analyzing where it could fit. And if your confidence depends on every upload behaving predictably, you're going to feel emotionally destroyed by a platform that was never designed to reassure you. Views are useful data, but they are a terrible emotional foundation. That is the sentence. They can tell you something about the topic, the title, the thumbnail, the timing, the audience, the retention, maybe the packaging, you know? But they cannot tell you your entire worth as a creator. They cannot tell you if the mission is real. They cannot tell you if you are allowed to keep going. And if you give them that much power, every upload becomes way too loaded. That is when creation starts changing. You stop asking, what do I actually want to say, and start asking, will this perform? And look, performance matters. I get it. We are not pretending it does not. But if that becomes the only question, the work gets tighter, less honest, more anxious. You start chasing the videos that might finally fix the channel. You start looking at what other people are doing and thinking maybe you should become more like that. You start abandoning ideas too early because they did not instantly prove themselves. And slowly, instead of developing your voice, your own style, you start negotiating with the algorithm in your head before you even record. That is not a good creative place to live, Because when you are small, your job is not only to get views, your job is to become better, better at ideas, at titles, at speaking, at noticing what your audience might need, better at making something clear enough that a stranger can care, And a lot of that progress happens before the numbers, before consistency. You might be improving while the channel still looks quiet from the outside. That is one of the hardest parts to accept. And even if you're only improving your presence, your personality, your speaking, your movement in front of the camera, anything like that, it helps you. A video can be useful rap even if it doesn't explode. That is the whole point of this. That is something I have to remind myself too. Maybe it taught you that the title was too vague. Maybe it showed you that your intro was too slow. Maybe it helped you sound more natural on camera. Maybe it gave you a comment from someone who actually needed it. That is not nothing. It may not be the viral proof your ego wanted, but it is still part of the creative process. If you only respect videos that perform, you will disrespect the exact reps that are teaching you how to become good. That is why chasing views too hard too early can weaken you. Not because views are bad, but because you start using them at a wrong time for the wrong job. Views are feedback. They are not therapy. They are not a parent telling you you are doing okay. They are not a spiritual sign that your path is valid. They are feedback. And feedback is useful when you are stable enough to learn from it. But if every number changes your mood, you are not learning anymore, you are reacting. Reactive creators do not build well. They change direction way too fast. They copy too quickly. They panic too easily. And one video underperforms and suddenly the whole niche is wrong. One topic does badly and suddenly it becomes the only thing they want to make. One quiet upload and they feel invisible. That is not strategy. That is an emotional whip splash. And if you keep creating from that place, your channel starts losing its center. You, your personality, your unique being. So what should you do instead? You can still look at the numbers, but stop checking them like a mood update. Give the video some space, let it exist. Do not upload and immediately hand your piece over to the first hour of analytics. Especially as a small creator, the first few hours can be weird. The first day can be weird. Sometimes the data is too early to mean what. So instead of refreshing every few minutes, create a little distance. Maybe check once later. Maybe review probably after a day or two or a week, but stop letting every refresh become a tiny emotional vote on your future. The second thing I want to mention to you is when you do review the video, ask better questions. Not only how many views did I get? Ask, was the idea clear? Would I click on the title if it wasn't mine? Did the intro get to the point fast enough? Did it sound natural? Or was I trying too hard? Did the video actually deliver what the title promised? Those questions right here make you better. And if this is the kind of creative reality you are living through right now, stay with this whole YouTube series here. In the earlier episodes, we talked about consistency, making YouTube easier to start, batching videos, or staying motivated, even if there are no results out there. This is the same journey from another angle because becoming a creator is not just about learning thumbnails and titles. It is also about learning how to stay emotionally stable enough to keep improving when the numbers are still quiet. And the practical shift here is easy. Care about views, but work on the input. Views are the outcome. Your inputs are the ideas, hook, title, thumbnails, the structure, the delivery, the consistency, the script, the way you learn from each upload. That is where your power is. If a video performs badly, do not instantly turn it into a personal crisis. Turn it into a lesson. Maybe the title was not clear. Maybe the topic was too broad. Maybe the promises were too weak. Maybe the video was good, but the packaging did not give anyone a reason to click. That is useful data. That is something you can work with. And also, track your invisible progress. This matters so much. Are you getting more comfortable on camera? Are your ideas sharper than a month ago? Are you uploading schedule? Is it more reliable? Are you starting to understand what your channel is actually about? Are you becoming less scared of pressing publish? Those things count. They may not show up as a huge view spike, but they are part of becoming the kind of creator who can eventually make videos that reaches to people. So that's what I wanted to say to you. Because early YouTube is not only about being discovered, it is about becoming discoverable. You're not just waiting for the algorithm to bless you. You're becoming someone who can make clearer, better, more useful, more clickable, more honest videos over. And that takes repetitions, quiet reps, awkward reps, videos that do okay, videos that don't do okay, videos that teach you something even when they do not feed your ego. So please, do not let their view count decide if you are allowed to keep going. Let it inform you, let it teach you and show you what needs to improve, but do not let it own your whole emotional state. Your job as a small creator is not to be perfectly detached. You will care. I care too. Your job is to care without becoming dependent, to want views without needing them as proof that you matter, to learn from numbers without letting them erase the reasons you started. So the next time you upload a video, give the video a little space. Let it breathe. Do not refresh. And when you finally look at the numbers, look like a creator, not like someone asking for permission to continue. Ask what the video taught you. Ask what you can improve. Ask what got clearer. Then makes the next video even better. That is how you build. Small creators do not need to stop caring about views. They need to stop letting views decide their identity. The numbers matter, but it is not the whole story. Your voice is growing, your skill is growing, your channel is forming. And if you can stay steady while the proof is still quiet, you give yourself a real chance to become the kind of creator who lasts.